When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business.
We were to say there's an HWCU and say it's historically white college university,
Right.
Would we be called racist?
Leave us the fuck alone. What the fuck? Leave us alone. Would you be called racist? We wouldn't give a fuck. And matter of fact, that is all the colleges in America prior to HBCUs. Where do you think HBCUs come from? And to help you out, they're called PWIs, predominantly white institutions. What the? Oh my God. It's hilarious when the white Americans do. You know, if white people did it, we don't gotta imagine. Y'all have done it. Y'all have done it all. You can't say anything that's going to surprise us because you've done it all. You've raped, unalived, pillaged, stole everything related to Black America. We don't have to imagine. You've done it. And unlike the white institutions in America, white people are actually able to go to HBCUs and other minority groups. We didn't just make it for ourselves. We're not like that.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Beauty. If today is the first time coming across my channel, you are welcome. And to the people who has been supporting this channel by subscribing and sharing my videos, I do appreciate all of you. You know, the truth is, being black is a blessing. And black people all over the world are proud to be black. You know, black creativity, boldness has shaped global culture. A lot of people copy black people, the hairstyle, the dance, the music, and so many more. Anyway, let's watch these videos and we will come back to discuss more about this. Stay with us, comment your thoughts in the comment section, and we'll be right back.
Not gonna hold you. Why the fuck are y'all always bothering black women? Like, what is the point? What is the reason? Like, I saw a fucking video this morning where it was like this guy pretty much complaining about black women not speaking in the grocery store. My nigga, maybe they're just trying to get fucking groceries and go home. I know for me, I walk in that bitch, I get my groceries, and I go home. I go to self-checkout. I don't even say a fucking word. Why do y'all have all these stipulations and rules for black women? Like, they can't do nothing without appeasing the masses. Like, they go to work, they gotta code switch and do all this other bullshit. They gotta go to the grocery store, the gas station, everywhere on they P's and Q's. Like, damn, they can't just chill? They can't chill. Like, what is it about black women that makes y'all feel entitled to their time? I don't get it. Like, I've never looked at a black woman in a grocery store and be like, she's not talking enough. Like, I don't give a fuck that much.
When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business.
being black is such a wild experience because it's like everyone genuinely does want to be you, but they try so hard to act like they don't, but it's so weird that they do. So I'm at work, right? And I have my wig band over my wig because I just have my wig band on, huh? And my coworker's trying to clown me. Mind you, this is a brown guy from the GTA. That's all I'm gonna say. Stay with me. So he's trying to clown me like, oh, why you have that on? And I'm like, because I didn't feel like gluing down my wig. And he was like, oh, because you don't want the line to show. I'm like, oh, someone's been around black people. And he goes, can't even get a breath in. This man jumps down my throat. I grew up around more black people than you did. Okay. I grew up in Rexdale. I grew up around more black people than you did. Not like I was raised by black people or anything. Not like, what are we talking about? What are we talking, like, why are you trying to out-Negro me? Huh? I grew up in Rexdale. I grew up in Rexdale. Okay. But like, okay, like, it's just so crazy. And then I'm like, bro, why do you want to be black so bad? I don't want to be black. Who wants to be black? I'm just saying I grew up around black people. Congratulations. Like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna say this. Listen when I say this. Like, listen with your good ear. Like, I don't know who's black anymore. I get on TikTok and I'm scrolling and I can see a white woman talking, but in my mind, she's black. Don't ask me how. But it's just like certain features. I'm like, oh, she black. And I don't care. I'm not saying she talks like me or whatnot. I'm like, I don't care where she's from. I'm like, oh, she black. But then I go on a deep dive and I'm like, oh, she's really white. Because many times I have scrolled and there's a black woman, but she's probably mixed race or maybe not. And she can pass as a white woman, but she's really black. So now I'm just confused. I'm calling everybody black at this point. And everybody might just have a little black in them. You just never know.
When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business.
Yeah, look at me or something. Like he's standing. The obsession is really.
Baby em đợi 33 đồng nha baby.
You're never truly alone because there's always going to be one watching you. This bitch been sitting here for like a good 20 minutes just watching me like I'm a coming attraction, child. Fuck wrong with. And you know, if I wasn't so confident, I would make me uncomfortable, but she's trying to make me uncomfortable, so I'm going to make her uncomfortable. That's all. Look at him. The whole time I've been sitting here. The whole time. Smile. You on candy camera, crazy ass bitch.
When you're black, you're never really lonely.
Look at her.
Because there will always be a white person all up in your business.
Leave me alone. Look at now she want to leave because I started recording her. Leave me the fuck alone.
Black people say, we're tired. From what? You're tired of what?
Fun fact, up until 2022, lynching a black person wasn't considered a hate crime.
When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business.
Y'all ever notice there's only a certain kind of person that seems to mind your business when you're in the airport? So let me tell you guys what happened. So I'm in the airport traveling for the holiday. It's just me and my baby. I go to the kiosk to print the bag tags for my for our luggage. And when I was printing them, I put them on the suitcase, and then one of the agents for the airline we were flying with was like, "Oh, do you need help?" And I was like, "Actually, you know what? I do need help," because I had the baby, like I was wearing the baby, I had her stroller, and I had the suitcase. I'd be a fool not to accept her help. So I asked her if she could, roll the bag, and she said, "Where you headed?" And I said, "To bag drop." So she was like, "Look, because you have the baby, I'm going to go ahead and let you skip the line. We're going to go directly to the counter." So we go to the counter, and I'm feeling real VIP, okay? So I get to the counter, and then I hear, "Excuse me." And before y'all ask, the answer is yes. The answer will always be yes when I tell you stories like this. So I turn behind me, and I see this man, and he says, "There's a line here." And I said, "Okay," and I skipped it. He was like, well, that's not fair. And I said, "Well, take it up with the employee because she's the one who brought me up here," right? So he proceeds to yell at me. So I yell back, and I tell him to mind his business and shut up, okay? It's not my fault that you're ghetto and you in the line, and I'm up here before you. Then he says, "Well, that's not very nice. Why are you yelling at me?" Now, the last time I checked, he started yelling at me first. So I said, "Sir, shut up. Mind your business. Focus on yourself." Now, whole time, the next agent is open. So people were like, "Sir, go. The next agent is open." Nobody else that was in line was worried about me and my baby skipping the line and going first. So he was like, "Well, Merry Christmas to you too." So because I'm a jerk, I said, "It's actually Thanksgiving. Get your holiday straight." And that was it. But the thing that be tripping me out about these kinds of people is that the moment that you match their energy, they are always the victim. Always. It never seems to fail. You yelled at me. I called you out on yelling at me. You minded my business. I told you to shut up and mind your business. And now you're saying that's not very nice. Sir, you weren't being very nice by being in my business. Child. Anyway, I'm wondering if I need to make this a series because the number of things that happen to me in the airport when I'm dealing with these kinds of people, it's just mind-boggling. Also, no babies were in any kind of pain during the making of this video. She's just dramatic.
Y'all, he is mesmerized. He has been staring the entire time. Every time I go to do a video, look. He can't help himself, y'all. He just can't help himself. I tell y'all, it's the melanin. The melanin does it every single time. Look, he's still staring.
When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business.
What are you wearing? Bag? Wait, bag, pity rag. Come here.
What am I doing?
Tell us what you're wearing. Tell us what you're wearing. Come here. Come into the frame.
They're costumes.
I love it. Tell us.
Why are we doing this?
What do you have on? Costco jeans.
Costco jeans.
Shoes.
And a shirt.
Show us the shoes.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Costco shoes.
Top.
I don't know where this came from.
Okay, it's nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Why are we doing our
Well, we just call it a fit check. It's what they do on social media. We're just trying to keep up with the kids. Yeah. The cool kids. Yeah. Okay, fit check. These shoes are from Zara. I love it. Shoes. This is a Spanx bodysuit. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Play with your mama, not me. Come on. This is a Levi's. Give them the French, please. And these shoes are mango. Boom. I don't know where my shoes are from, but I love them. They're comfy. This is set leggings. Get into it. Get into it.
Look at the contemplation.
This is from I know where this is from.
I don't know these people.
This is from ASTR.
You do not.
Ready. Come on, Ray, do a fit check. Okay. Some people don't want to be a part of this. And that's okay. Okay, we don't force. To those people we say, adios. Arrivederci. Arrivederci. That's her.
When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. You know, the truth is, being black is a blessing. It is a big flex. Yes, I will say that. So when we see videos of white people constantly in black people's businesses, it is not always about hate. Sometimes it's about fascinations, insecurity, cultural influence, limitations, fear of admitting admirations. You know, black people represent so many things in the world. Globally, people represent strength, style, creativity, and a lot. When you come to music, black people are doing good. When you come to movies, black people are doing perfect good. When you come to fashion, black people are so much excellent. Black creativity are top notch. I would say that black people are blessings, not only to black communities, but to the world. So tell me why people will not admire black beauty. Tell me why. Tell me why they will not admire black beauty. A lot of people admire that more than they will ever say. Black culture is the driver of global cool. That influence creates a type of obsessions people don't want to confess publicly. But at the end of the day, black people are beautiful and wonderfully made. Black people are God-chosen people. So when you see a white person staring at you, they don't really mean hating on you. Some of them do admire your beauty, your style, your color, and so much more. Anyway, these are my thoughts, these are my opinion. Comment your thoughts in the comment section. Subscribe to this channel for more quality content, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.